Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to hear my voice properly and also listen to me properly, please do let me know and then we'll get started right away. If you are able to hear me properly and watch the video properly as well, please do let me know and we will get started right away. Okay? Is everyone able to hear me properly? Is everyone able to hear me properly? Okay, that's great. So everyone is able to hear me properly. The video is also fine. There's no problem with the same. We'll be waiting for 5 more minutes so that everyone can join us right now. And then we'll get started with today's class. We'll be starting with some concepts in JavaScript. So there are some other things that are still remaining. So we have to look at the different data types that are currently there. Then we will be looking at some properties of strings. We'll be looking at concatenation, number like length of a string. We will then be looking at some of the basic arithmetic operators that are currently there present in JavaScript. After that, we'll be looking at functions. So we'll be looking at how to create a function. What is a function first of all? How to create a function? How to uh, is my volume a problem with someone? Like, is someone not able to hear me properly? Please do let me know, guys. I want to keep my volume a little bit low because I have to take two boot camps one after the another. But if you guys have a problem with like the volume or something, I will try to increase it. Is that a problem with everyone, or like that's fine with everyone? Please do let me know, guys. So everyone is able to hear me properly, am I right? There's no problem with my voice or my volume or something like that. If there is, I will suggest you to wear a earphone or a headphone, or even a speaker for that matter. I think so that would be like fine with everyone. Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay, so that's like we'll be looking at the functions as well today. We'll be looking at what are the function, how to create a function, how to like take input in a function, how to give output from a function, and then we'll have a small like exercise or a small project that we'll be creating for like random number generation. So we'll try to do that as well today, like or tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow itself. There's no problem with that. So that is something that we'll be doing right now. Okay. Okay, that's great. So okay, I know about HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript. Am I eligible to apply any company for internship? Okay, this is one of good questions. So let's just take some questions for the next 5 minutes because like people will take a little bit of time to join. Okay, so a person has asked Ravi Shrivi. So I'll just put up the question right over here. I know about HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript. How am I eligible to apply any company for internship? So first of all, just knowing HTML and CSS will not get you a paid internship. I'm talking about paid internship where the companies are paying you to intern. So that's not at all possible. The minimum that you need to know as a front end developer is at least React, Redux. These are the front end frameworks, and a little bit of UI UX as well. Only then you will be able to apply at a particular company as a front end intern. But companies usually don't want that. Companies want people who are versatile with everything. Companies want people who are full stack developers. They are able to handle both the front end that you are seeing on your screen, that is the like usually it is written in a framework, React JS, or there are other like Angular JS as well. The React JS is the most famous one. Most of the companies want that, and they also want you to handle the backend as well, that is usually in Node.js. Like most of 90% of the companies are actually using Node.js in the backend. That is also in JavaScript. That we are going to study in this particular bootcamp as well. That is the most basic thing. After that, they want you to learn a little bit of DevOps, that is orchestrating so that the entire backend is able to scale for millions of users. And that is DevOps, like it includes Docker, Kubernetes, and some other Ansible and all those kind of stuff. And then the last thing is cloud computing. So that is basically like you should be familiarized yourself with at least AWS, some of the major like AWS Lambda, AWS S3 buckets, AWS DG3, and all these kind of stuffs are really very important at the most basic level to be known. And that particular time you will be more than ready for any type of internship that you want to go for. Okay, what is the average salary of a Node.js backend developer? If you are talking just about a backend developer in a small startup, it would be around 25 to 40 at the maximum per month, thousand. So as a small startup, and if you go for a good company, it would be around 70 to 80,000 per month. But that is just for a backend developer. Front-end developers usually get paid a little bit more if they also have some familiarity with UI UX. That is how beautiful should the website look like. So for that, they in small startups they usually pay about like 30 40 itself at the like good level. And then when you go for like big companies, they will pay you about like 90 to 1 lakh a month. When you go for full stack web development in India, I'm just talking about India itself. Do not compare with US or something like that. In US, you will be paid much more. So when you are applying for full stack web development in like in the case of startups, you will be paid about 50 to 70 per month. And in the case of like a good MNC, you will be paid more than 1.2 to 1.5 lakhs a month. So that is the entire thing. Yes, Google Firebase is worse. When you don't know anything, when you just want a website to be up and running so that you are able to showcase to someone, to your friends, and boast of that you have made a website, then Firebase is something that you will be using. Okay. Why are salaries less in India? So think about it. You guys are paying 300 rupees per month for your 1.5 GB internet. Okay. And in US, the same people are paying $100 a month. So for them, it's too costly. Like for them, it's normal. Like $100 a month for internet is like, huh, like it's very good. But for you, if someone tells you that you have to pay $100 a month for the internet that you're currently getting, will you be able to pay? Will you be like saying that, okay, I will be paying, there's no issue with that, take the money and give me the internet? You'll be saying that it's too costly. So the same thing, the cost of living in US is a lot more than what it is in India. And there are many other factors as well. Taxation is a lot more. So 50% tax has been introduced by the government right over there. In India, you have 30% tax. So all these things, when you compare it with them, they actually get like in hand, they get very low when compared to Indians. Okay, so we'll not be wasting any more time. I guess the people who wanted to join have already joined us. We'll get started with today's class, and then we'll continue with. I will continuously answer these type of questions when we move further, so you don't have to worry about it. We will be taking some days and we'll be answering these questions as well. Okay, so one more thing, please try to attend the sessions live. Otherwise, at a later point of time, you may regret that you have lost a day or two's attendance, because I may be telling that I may be switching off the forms at 12 midnight itself. It may be possible. So I will be telling it in the class itself. So please, guys, be ready for the same. Okay. So let's get started right away. Let's start with JavaScript. Okay, so let's take up the work account. So yesterday we have seen how to like write the code in the browser itself. Just right click, inspect, go to the sources. In sources you will be able to see like snippets. You want to choose snippets from right over there, and then you can write your code right over here. As simple as that. So we'll get started by using this and try to understand some other basic concepts that we need to do. I will just open up the live chat as well somewhere. Just a second. So I'll just open up the live chat on my laptop so that I'm able to see you guys as well. Okay, just a second. Okay, so I need this down here and YouTube. I want to go to Shape AI. Okay, so Shape AI and the Bootcamp. Okay, so I've got the live chat open on my screen as well, and then we'll get started right now. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Yesterday we have seen how to open the snippets and everything, and now we'll get started right away. Okay, uh, so first of all, what we want to do today is to start with some basic aspects of the things. Let us just open up the JavaScript presentation, and here we were. So first of all, yesterday we have seen this particular code that we had written. So we had written alert and then string hello. Okay, so this hello itself is called as a data type. It's called as a string data type in JavaScript. Okay, this hello is called as a string data type in JavaScript, and that is what we are going to like look into. Like, what are the different data types that are present in JavaScript? Now think of what is data type in like normal sense. Like, how can I understand data type when I just want to understand what data type is? So think about this in such a way that there are many boxes available. So yesterday we learned about variables. If you remember, we learned about variables. What are the different like what are variables and how can we assume it? Okay, so if you remember, I told you guys that we can think of variables as boxes. Do you guys remember that? I told you guys that we can think of variables as boxes. Do you guys remember? Yeah, that's great. So that's the main thing. Like, think of variables as boxes. So you are having these type of boxes, and these are the variables that are available to you. Okay, now what happens is there may be different sizes of boxes as well. There will be one box that just like has a square shape. There may be another box that may have a more of a rectangular shape. Okay, so this is a box that has more of a rectangular shape itself. You can have a box that is of a pyramidal shape. Okay, there's a box that is pyramidal shape in nature. Okay, so these are the different type of boxes that can be present. Although these all are variables, these all are different variables that are available to us, but these have different structure itself. Okay, so that's the main thing that we want to understand, that even though we are having these different variables, they have different structures, and each of these structures can be told to be as a data type. So this is one data type. Let's name it as a square data type. Okay, this is a rectangle data type, and this is a triangle data type. So these are the different data types that are available to us. So you are having a particular variable, and a variable can be of different data types depending upon what structure it is having. Okay, so depending upon what structure it is having, it can be of various different data types. Okay, so this is the main concept behind data types. Now in JavaScript we are having three to four different major types of data types. Okay, let's consider only three right now. So first of all, it is strings. We have already looked at strings, like what are the different type of data types. We have already looked at strings. Let us just go back to the PPT. As you are able to see, alert, hero, hello. Okay, so here this in inverted commas hello is called as a string. The entire thing, anything that you're typing within inverted commas will be called as a string itself. We have also seen numbers. So anything, any number directly written without any inverted commas around it would be considered as a number or an integer. Okay, that is the number data type. And then we are having boolean, that is true and false. So you are having a true or a false value. These are another type of data type that is available to us. Now let us look at how can we like see it in the entire code as well. Let me bring back my laptop, just a second. Okay, so when I go back to my browser, as you're able to see, so if I'm writing type of and then I'm putting inside brackets string. Okay, so let me go back to console. Here I will be typing type of string. Okay, so I'm putting up some gibberish right over here. When I'm printing it out, you are able to see that I'm getting string being printed out on my screen. So anything, whether it be numbers, whether it be special characters, whether it be something else, like I can even have special characters, I can even have spaces, I can even have dots and other kind of stuff, I can have strings, I can have numbers. Anything that I want to put inside of these inverted commas will be considered as a string. So as you are able to see, anything within these inverted commas is called as a string. So when I'm writing this particular function, so we have another function, we have seen alert, we have seen prompt. This is one more function that we are having, type of. So type of and then the value in between the parentheses. So type of this function and we press enter, we are getting string. Let us look at another type of and then we will look at some number. Okay, so we are having 45. When we are looking at type of 45, we'll be getting number as the data type of 45. So 45 has the data type of number. Then we are having your true and false value. So true. Please remember, in true and false, the T and F are in small letters. Please remember that. This is very important. The T and F in true and false is in small letters. Please do not put it in capital letters. It will not give you anything. This is not any valid like variable or a valid number or valid object in JavaScript. Okay, so always remember true and false values. That is, true is stands for 1 and false stands for 0. That is the like digital values that you are having. So 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. So 1 stands for true and 0 stands for false. So this gives us the data type of boolean, as you are able to see. So there are 3 different data types we have seen: strings, number and boolean. What are strings? Strings is anything written in between inverted commas. That will be strings. What are numbers? Any number written directly is a number. Okay, and boolean, so any true or false value is called as a boolean. So I can have, even like, there are only 2 boolean values, true and false. So type of, if I'm putting up type of and then I'm putting up false, okay, I'm getting boolean as my output. So boolean has only two values associated with it. Okay, this is true and false. Numbers have a lot of different number of values associated: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 100 millions, 10 crores or something like that. Or every number is basically a number data type itself. And strings as well, there is no limit to what strings you can create, because you can use like the spaces, you can use numbers, you can use special characters, you can use capital, small letters, anything to create a string. The only thing is you have to put it in between inverted commas. Okay, yes, JavaScript is case sensitive, please remember that. Okay, so these are the data types. Again, what is a data type? Think of the box. The box has been given a shape. Okay, now the shape totally depends upon the input value given inside of it. Similarly, any value present in JavaScript will have a particular shape associated with it, and that shape determines the data type or the uniqueness of that particular item or that particular object. Okay, so that is something that we wanted to understand. We have understood up till this particular point of time. In decimals as well, just for example, 5.3 will also be considered as a number itself, as you are able to see. So someone asked, what about decimal? Dipen Patel. Type of 5.3 is also a number, as you are able to see. Okay, where we will get notes of the lecture. One thing is that you have to see from right over here, this PDF will be provided to everybody on the group on the 3rd or the 4th day itself, so that everything is included in the PPT. Otherwise, except that, there's no notes that are currently present. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. So we have already understood that these are the 3 different type of data types that are present in JavaScript. We have looked at strings, we have looked at numbers, we have looked at boolean values. Now we'll be looking at the concatenation of strings. Okay, how to concatenate strings. So for example, let us see console.log and we will be writing something in between that. So for example, if I have two variables, let us go to sources itself. Okay, we'll close this down so that I'm having a lot of space. I want to put it out as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm just increasing the size so that you guys are able to see it very clearly. So I'm creating two variables right now. Okay, so var, and okay, for negative numbers as well. So no problem in that. We'll just look at it right now. Type of, and we'll put up minus 5.3. As you are able to see, type of minus 5.3 is still a number. Okay, so negative numbers, positive numbers, whole numbers, decimal numbers, everyone will be considered as just number data type in normal JavaScript itself. Okay, for null as well, see, you all have this available to you. Null is an object in JavaScript, not a data type. Okay, because null does not has any data associated with it, then how can it be any data type? Just a common sense. Again, JavaScript can be accessed by your browser itself, very easy. Anything that you're not able to understand, anything that you are feeling like what will this happen or what will that happen, the best developers are the people who actually test their hypothesis out. Think of the hypothesis, think of the question, think of what should be the answer, and then test it out directly in the console itself. As simple as that. This will save a lot of time on your behalf as well. Okay, difference between number and string. Okay, this is a very bad question, so no problem in that. So 7 plus 4, okay, you will get 11 as the output. But when I'm writing the same thing as a string, 7 plus 4, then I will be getting 7 plus 4 as my output itself. Because when I was doing numbers, it was basically number. So numbers are numbers, like they are integers, they are whole numbers. You can do arithmetic computations upon them, but not upon your name. You cannot do arithmetic computation upon your name itself. You cannot do arithmetic computation upon your house number, like your house address or something like that. So that's the main difference between the two. Okay, okay. So yeah, let's continue with the same. Var. So I have created a variable and I'm naming it as, for example, start. Okay, first I'm naming it as f. Okay, so first first is equals to, and I will be putting it as hello. Okay, and I'm having again a second number, so second, second, and having it as world. Now I need to have a particular alert that is being generated on my screen. Okay, that should show me the word hello space WOR hello world. Okay, this is what should be shown on my screen in an alert. Okay, this is called a comment. Okay, this is a single line comment in JavaScript. In any programming language, you will be having two types of comments. One will be a single line comment, in which what is a comment first of all? So many a times you will be wanting to write some piece of information in your code which is not actually a code, it's just plain English that is just for your reference. You do not want JavaScript to execute it as a code. Okay, you want some type of English, some type of description to be put up in your code so that you are able to understand what you have actually done in that particular code itself. Or someone else, when reading through your code, can just look at your your comments and try to understand what you have done. So this type of English, when you want to put it inside the code itself, it is called as a comment. There are a single line comment. Okay, so for example, when I'm putting these double forward slash and then writing something, this is called as a single line comment. When I move on to the next line, I can start writing my code once again. Okay, but sometimes I want to have multi-line, like I want to have a paragraph of comments itself. So instead of writing forward slash again and again, a better option to do that is use multi-line comments itself. To use multi-line comments, it is a forward slash and then star. You want to write your comment right over there, multi-line comment, and then you want to end your comment by a star and then forward slash back again. Now you can start writing your like code once again. Var third is equals to this bootcamp is AWSOM. So something like that. Okay, are you guys able to understand? So these are the two type of comments that are present right over there, single line comment and multi-line comment. Okay, so we will be able to see from right over here as well. These are the two line comments, double forward slash for single line comment, and you are having your forward slash star and then whatever you want to write, multi lines of comments, and then star, and then again you want to put a forward slash just so that you are ending the comments. Please do not forget, when you are using multi-line comments, you have to end the comment, you have to close the comment as well. You want to start the comment, you want to close the comment, otherwise your entire code will be considered as a comment itself. Whereas in the case of a single line comment, only the line in which you are writing the code, that is the only line that you have to just like put up the comments itself. The rest of the lines will be like your code, normal code itself. Okay. Okay, so now that has been done, let us continue with the same. Okay. So like I said, we want to use these two variables, first and second variable, to give an alert on our screen that says hello space world. How to do that? Very simple actually. You just want to write alert alert. Of course, we have already looked at what an alert is, and then you want to just specify first plus, you want to have a particular space. As you are able to see from right over here, there is no space at the end of hello, there's no space in the beginning of world. So to have a space in between them, what we'll be doing is we will be concatenating inside of it a space, and then again with the second, and then we'll be closing it. We'll be of course putting up semicolons at the end as well. Okay, so as you are able to see, we are having your first variable, we are having your second variable. We wanted to append hello and world together along with a space in between. Okay, sorry for that. So we want to append the two words together with a space in between. So we have put up first plus space plus second. First plus space plus second. Now when I am running this particular line of code, you will be able to see that we are getting hello space world on our screen. Okay, hello space world. So this is the main thing. Okay, should we give the space for +2? That's totally dependent upon you. I've just put up the space so that you are able to see very appropriately what are the different things that are present right over there. If you put up space or you don't put up space, there is no harm in that. Okay, because that does not mean anything. Okay, just that the first plus, then you are having your string that you want to concatenate to first, and then it will create hello space, and then you want to concatenate second, that is world, to it. So hello space world. So this is the entire thing. Okay, so once I am running this, you will be able to see that the same, we are getting the same output. So hello space world, the exact same thing. Okay, JavaScript, the semicolon is not compulsory. It will still work without the semicolon as well, but please always remember, put the semicolon, because at a later point of time when you're writing like thousands of lines of code, there will be many cases in which JavaScript will not be able to figure out the error, and it will just keep on showing you error because a semicolon is missing. So always make a practice that you're putting semicolon after the end of every single code line that you're putting up. Please make a practice right now itself. This is very important, guys. Okay. Second thing, this same thing can be written as this as well. Instead of putting up a space right over here, I can just write first plus second, and instead of world, I can have a space world. Okay. So now second is not world, it is space world. Okay, as you are able to see, in world we are having space and then world. Okay, so now when I'm like concatenating these two things, as you are able to see, so we are having alert first plus second, and when I'm going into it, you will be able to see, when I'm running this particular line of code, be able to see that the same thing is coming once again as well. So hello space world. Okay, so these are the two things that you can do. Now you, instead of like having the variables, I can just remove the variables. Instead of first, I can directly write hello, and instead of second, I can directly write space world. Okay, I can directly do that as well. You do not need to have a particular variable. That was just for an example itself. Please do not take it from heart. Okay, just an example on how to use it. So that was as simple as that. Next, what we'll be doing right now is we'll be taking input from the user and showing an alert that hello Shaurya or something like that. So this is our main aim right now. We want to take input from the user and we want to showcase that hello Shaurya, you are these many months old. So you want to take input of the name as well as the age from the user. Okay, so there are two inputs that you want to take. So inputs, there are your name and age. Okay, so these are the two things that you want to take input from the user, and you want to give output as hello and then the name of the particular user, and this will be in the format of an alert, and then you will be putting up at the end of it hello name, this you are something dot 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 months old. Okay, so of course the user will be putting their age in years, so that is in numbers itself, and you want to get the output as number of months old. So this is what our aim is. Let's try to like get this aim itself. Okay, very easy. So what we'll be doing is, first of all, you want to take input from the user. The best thing to do that is using a prompt. Okay, and you want to save that name as well. Okay, whatever input that you are taking from the user, you want to save it. So you will be creating a variable called as name. Okay, and you will be taking a prompt, and there you will be writing in the prompt like what is your name. Okay, this is your prompt. So that will give us the name of that particular user. Next, we want to take his age in years. So we'll be creating a variable called as age, and we'll take up a prompt, and we'll be writing what is your age in years. Okay, so we have got the user's name, we have got the user's age. Now we want to have a particular alert. We want to showcase an alert in which we want to give hello Shaurya, you are these many months old. Okay, this is what we want to do. How can we do that? First of all, again, we will be using the alert function. As simple as that. Okay, so alert alert, and then inside alert we want to first write hello space, because we want some space before the name. Then we want to concatenate the name of the person that we have taken in from the input. So name, then we want to concatenate a comma. So we want to concatenate a comma, and then you are, so comma you are, and then space, and then we want to have append to it these many months old. So you want to put up how many months that particular person is. So how can we do that? We will be putting age, and then we will be putting it up as age is in years. So you want to multiply it by 12. Okay, because age is in years, you want to multiply it by 12, and then we'll be putting the plus, because you want the age that you have taken is in years, and you want it to be printed as number of months old. So 12, and then you will be putting it up as plus dash months old. So that will be when th is months old. Okay, so when I will be running this, there will be something unexpected that will be happening, but we'll look into it. Okay, don't worry about the same. First of all, it is asking by my name, so Shaurya. Okay, it is asking for my age in years, so let's say 12. Okay, so it is showing me hello Shaurya, you are 144 months old. So of course I have not put up a space right over here. We wanted a space, as you are able to see, we wanted a space between number of months old I am. Okay, so I want to put up a space right over here, and then when I am running this once again, you will be able to see that Shaurya, and then what is your age in years, so 12, and I'm able to get that hello Shaurya, you are 144 months old. So it is very simple. In other programming languages, you will have to do a type conversion here. Okay, that is, you will have to convert the variable from like string to integer and then back to string itself. In JavaScript, it is done inherently. Okay, so this is one of the main features of JavaScript. You do not have to do everything from scratch. That is very comfortable as well at very places, but JavaScript is one of the worst languages to learn as well. Like when you will be going further, you will be able to realize how tough JavaScript is, and hence people have started changing to using like TypeScript, another iteration over JavaScript that has been released by Microsoft. But TypeScript is still not industry ready. It is only being used in startups. Right now as well, many companies refrain from using TypeScript because it is still in the early stages of its development and it does not have a huge community backing. So TypeScript will take almost 20 years to even like think about replacing JavaScript. But still, TypeScript is a much more better language than JavaScript at any point of time. That I can guarantee you that. Okay, so this is one of the main things. So we have created an alert. We used our variables. We took an input from the user. We did some multiplication. We did some like concatenation of the different strings, and we provided an like result to our screen as well. So that is very important for us right now. Okay, so moving further, let's see what we need to do next. So let's go back to our Safari. Okay, so we have completed this aspect for the entire thing. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's see what we need to do next. Okay, so we will be starting with the string length. Okay, so one of the main things that you need to understand is that sometimes it becomes very necessary for you to get how many characters are present in a string. Okay, how many characters are present in the string. That is a very important thing to know. Only then like many different things can be done. So many a times when you're using, like for example in Instagram, okay, in Instagram when you're creating a post and we are typing the bio of your post itself, it says that only 100 words or only these many words are allowed in the entire post, and you are like negative 44 words into the entire post. So that is where Instagram is actually calculating how many words have you actually used. So let us do one thing. Let us go to LinkedIn. Okay, let us go to LinkedIn of Shape AI. So let's go to LinkedIn. So I've opened up the LinkedIn for Shape AI. I'm starting to write a post. Let us take a huge thing, like let's take up Laurel Ipsum. Random word generator. Let us take that. Okay, I don't want a random paragraph generator. I want that random paragraph generator. Okay, so let's take up a random paragraphs. Let us take this and let's see what happens. So I'm creating a post right over here. I've pasted 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4, 5. So as you're able to see, I'm able to see you have exceeded maximum character limit. Okay, are you able to see this on my screen? You have exceeded maximum character limit minus 380 words. When I go back, when I start going back, you are able to see that it has started counting minus 366 words. That is, delete 2 lines. Minus 225 words, delete 4 more lines. Minus 30 words, delete some more words. And you are able to see that now it is not showing. When I'm starting to type once again, you will be able to see that after some time it will be showing that okay, you have, okay, so minus 7 words. So it is actually counting how many words like have I written, and what is the limit of how many words I can actually write. So this is implemented very easily by using normal JavaScript. This is not even going back to the servers. In the early days in 1995, it used to go to the servers, then it used to compute, and then it will tell you back once again that you cannot post this message, this is more than the word limit. Okay, this was the entire process. So you will have to type the entire thing back again. Here you are able to see live that okay, I have exceeded it by 7 letters. I need to cut short it by 7 more letters and it will start working. As simple as that. So for this can be implemented very easily in JavaScript by using the length property of JavaScript. That is what we are going to see right now. Okay, that is the length property of JavaScript itself. So let us see that right now. Let us go back to the entire screen. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's go back to the entire screen. Let's go back to Google Chrome. We'll put up our inspect element. We'll go back to sources and we'll be using the index.js one itself. So I'll just close this down again. I don't want to see this. I don't want the console as well. Okay, so right now what I want to do is I want to compute the length of the input that has been taken by the person. So let us take up the input as a post. Okay, so for example, there is a user. I want the user to take I want to take input from the user, that is a post that he want to post on any social media platform. So what I'll be doing, I will be using the prompt statement itself. So prompt prompt, and then I would like to take up some user like input from the user. Let us take it as a tweet. Okay, so your twt tweet. Okay, so this is the like input that I want to take it from the user. I will save it into a var of twt tweet, and this is what I want. Okay, so I've created a variable tweet in which the user will be prompted to take up an input of a tweet itself. I don't want that tweet to exceed more than 20 letters. Okay, I want the tweet to be less than 20 letters itself. Okay, so that is what I want to do. So what can I do for the same? So I want the tweet to be less or equal to 20 letters. So this is what I want to do. So let's see how we can do. First of all, I want to find out the length of the entire thing that the user has given to me. Okay, so what will be the length of tweet? That can be easily found out. So first of all, let's create a variable called as len. Okay, so we have created a variable called as len, and to find out the length of the tweet, we just have to write twt tweet dot length length. That's it. That's it. This is how you get the length of the tweet. Length of the entire thing that the person has written. This will give you the length. Okay, now you want to show them an alert. You want to show them an alert that, okay, so you want to create an alert, alert alert, and you want to put inside the alert that you have some letters remaining. Okay, you have these many letters remaining. Okay, so you want to have you have, and then plus something, and then plus letters remaining, space letters letters remaining remaining. Okay, so this is what you want to have. Now here, what do you want to have? Out of 20, the maximum limit was 20. So whatever you want to put it, you will be putting 20 minus length. So how the length, if the length is exceeding beyond 20, then it will show that you have minus 20 letters remaining. If it is less than 20, it will be showing that you are having like 18 letters remaining or something like that. So this is a very appropriate thing. Let us just put it up in semi brackets so that we are able to just clearly differentiate it from the rest of the crowd. Okay, so it's very easy. You found out the len using the length function. You taken in the tweet from the user. You found out the length of the tweet using the length function, and then you created an alert saying that, okay, the maximum limit was 20 and you are having like these many letters remaining that you can use. So very easy to understand from right over here. So let's do one thing. Let us go back. Let us take up this particular example itself. I will just take these many words and it should give me a negative answer. So I will just run this particular line of code, your tweet. I'm putting my tweet right over here, and then okay. Okay, so as you are able to see, you have minus 315 letters remaining. Okay, no problem that. I will run it again. I will try to do it again, and this time I'll be writing like a few letters itself. Let us take up as BSJA. I don't know what that means. So okay, so as you are able to see, there are 16 letters remaining. So this is like very easy stuff to do, like very easy. So you can easily use len to find out how many letters are remaining. But sometimes what happens is that when you start writing, like instead of going along the entire way, when you started writing right over here, like you're going around the entire way, so instead of telling you that only you are exceeding minus 51 letters, I want to slice it off. I want to, like, as soon as you're hitting like the maximum limit of the words, just like I want to just kill it off right over there. It shouldn't go beyond a particular word limit itself. This is what we want to do right now. Okay, so let's see how can we do that. Like instead of writing, like instead of going out and about during the entire paragraph, letting it exceed beyond a particular word limit and just showing that okay, you have these many words remaining minus some words remaining. So in that particular way, what I can do is I can use the JavaScript's slicing operator to slice the last bit off. After 20 letters, anything existing after 20 letters, I will be just slicing the entire thing off. How can I understand that? What I'm trying to do, let us just show me via a small example. Okay. So let us go to this particular example and let's try to understand what I'm trying to do. Okay. So right now, when you were having your particular word, so you were having some particular thing that you have written, some particular tweet that you have written. Now you want to slice it off after 20 words. After the first 20 words, you want to delete everything else. Okay, everything else you want to just slice it off. Think of it as a bread. Okay, you are having your bread and a little bit portion of it after a particular while, so you can only eat like half of a loaf of bread. You cannot eat the entire bread at one time, so you want to slice the other half away. Okay, you want to slice the other 50% of the bread away. Similarly, in JavaScript as well, you can use the slicing operation to slice the entire some part of the entire string off. Okay, that is what we want to do. Okay, let's try to see from right over here. Let's see the slice operator. Now the slice operator is very simple. It is very similar to the length operator actually. So instead of so here you got the var.length, you got the length of the entire thing. You want to slice, so var exact, so new, let's put up it as new tweet. Okay, new tweet is equals to tweet wwt tweet, close this, dot slice slice. So it is as simple as that, tweet dot slice. Now please remember, just like Python, JavaScript also is a zeroth number language. Okay, zeroth indexed language. That means in JavaScript as well, it will start counting from 0. Okay, usually you count from 1. Okay, 1 2 3 4, but JavaScript and Python will count from 0. Okay, they will count from, always will count from 0. So if you are having a particular tweet, so for example your tweet is letters remaining. Okay, this is your tweet, then L will be counted as 0, E will be counted as 1, T will be counted as 2, and so on and so forth. So you will be having so this is your tweet, for example. This is your tweet, for example. Then we are going into it, then Y will be 0, O will be 1, you will be having U as 2, and so on and so forth. Just let us show it as a nil board as well. So let me delete it. So for example, you are having SHAURYA as your string. Okay, so when JavaScript is starting to count, okay, so S would be 0, H would be 1, A would be 2, U would be 3, R would be 4, Y would be 5, and A would be 6. So these will be the indexes of these characters, indexes of each of these characters, as I mentioned right over here. So JavaScript and Python both start counting from 0. It does not matter whether there are like spaces or whether they are numbers or something like that. So if I'm having sh __ space 0 hash $, okay, so this is the entire thing, for example. So S would be 0, H would be 1, underscore will be 2, underscore will be 3, space would be 4, 0 would be 5, hash would be 6, $ would be 7, $ would be 8. Okay, these will be the indexes of all the elements present inside the string itself. Okay, so this is as simple as it can get. So similarly, I want to slice a particular thing off from the entire tweet. So I want to slice the first 20 characters. So I'm going to start from 0 and go up till 20. I will not be including 20. Zeroth index is included, the 20th index is not included. Okay, what I mean by that, so for example, if I'm having again shaurya as my like string, having SHAURYA as my string, I want to take out S from shaurya. So how will I write this slicing operator? So this is like name is equals to var, name is equals to shaurya. So I will be putting name dot slice. Okay, and the numbers that I will be putting, I want to start from 0. I don't want to include h, so I want to go up till 1, up till. Okay, that does not mean including till, up till. Okay, so name dot slice 0 comma 1. Okay, as simple as that. Yes, spaces will be counted. Okay, so slice 0 comma 1 and you will get S. If I want to have SHA, then I will be having 0 comma 0 1 2. I want to go up till 3, so that will be 0 comma 3. If I want to have AUR from shaurya, I want to have AUR, then I will be having 0 1 2. So I want to start from 2 and I want to go up till Y. So 2 3 4 5, so it will be 2 comma 5 for AUR. As simple as that. We need to count spaces. Okay, so again, the indexes for the entire words for shaurya, it will start from 0 and will go up from 0. Like you will be start counting, like if you're counting like how many elements are there, so it will be you are like numbering the indexes. Okay, so S is present at the 0th position, H is present at the 1st position, A is present at the 2nd position, U is present at the 3rd position, and so on and so forth. You start counting from 0 in JavaScript. Okay, so now that you have learned that, so you will be able to understand when I'm writing tweet.slice 0 comma 20, I want to start from 0 and I want to go up till 20. So when I'm taking in the tweet as a prompt, I'm taking in the length. So we will be putting, instead of your tweet, your TWWT tweet, and then we'll be putting up a separate has. I will be putting up has, and here I will be appending the entire tweet as well. So I will be having new tweet, and that's it. So I have appended new tweet as well. Your tweet, let's put up some like colons just so that we can demarcate the entire starting for the same. So your tweet, the tweet itself, the new tweet that has been shortened down. Okay, it's just from 0 to 20 itself, has these many letters remaining. This is the entire thing that we want to do. Okay, so let us look at that. Let us first copy out the paragraph that we had created in Safari. Let's go back right over there. Let's copy the paragraph and let's paste it right over here. So let's run this particular line of code. Let's see what happens. We will put our tweet right over here. We'll put on OK. So as you're able to see, your tweet, there was a little doe, has minus 315 letters remaining. So the entire like slicing operator sliced the first 20 characters from the entire 300 or something character, like 335 character limit that we had, and it is showing that the entire original like tweet was extending the like word limit by 315 characters. So this is as simple as that. Are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time? Tweet slice, again, slice is a particular slicing operation, okay, in which when you want to take out some words from the entire tweet, you can use the slice operation. Okay, I will just make you guys understand the slice operations once more. Very simple. Okay, so you are having your word, you are having shaurya. Okay, you are having shaurya. You want to slice some portion of shaurya back. You want to slice off SHA. You want to get SHA from shaurya. So what you will be doing, you want to start from 0 and go up till 3. 3 is U. As you are able to see from right over here, 3 is U. So SHAU. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. You want to get SHA. So you'll start from 0 and go up till 3. You will not include 3. So you will be putting 0 comma 3 into the slicing operation to get SHA. Similarly, when you want to get the first 20 letters from like your tweet, you will be putting tweet dot slice 0 comma 20 to get the first 20 letters from the tweet itself. Okay, so this is a real example. Like, this is where it is being used in Twitter, it is being used in your Instagram bio, in your Instagram post, in your LinkedIn post, everywhere this is being used. Okay, okay. So now that this has also been done, let us look at what is the next thing that is available to us. So the arithmetic and the like modulo operator in increase. Okay, so are you guys able to understand up till this particular point of time? Please guys, do let me know if you guys are able to understand up till this particular point of time. Please guys, do let me know if you are able to understand up till this particular point of time. Okay, so most of you are able to understand. That's great. This is a real life example, guys. This is something that is being used in your LinkedIn, in your Twitter, and I do not even think that most of you do not even have an Instagram account. Okay, everybody will have that, so like everyone should be able to understand. This is a real life example itself. Okay, so moving further, let's see what we can do right now. Okay, so right now we have a lot of time on our hand. Basic arithmetic and modulo operators. So let us see that. So in JavaScript, we can do like, let's go back to the console. We can do like 7 plus 8. So that will give us 15. We can do 7 minus 8. That will give us minus 1. We can do 7 divided by 8. That will give 8 divided by 8. That will give us 1. That is division operation. 7 divided by 8. That will give us 0.875. That is a division operation. Okay, then we are having your let's see, multiplication operation. 7 into 8, that will give us 7 into 7, that is 49. So this is the multiplication operation. So these are the simple mathematical operations that you guys are very familiar with. Okay, so in normal mathematics as well, the same thing you can use in JavaScript as well. There's no difference, there is no like other things that you have to do in this. Okay, it's as simple as it can get. Moving further, when you go, you want to have like the remainder. So for example, when you divided 8 divided by 7, okay, when you divided 8 divided by 7, you get this as the quotient. This is called as the quotient. When you divide two numbers, there are 2 to 3 things that are currently there. You have a quotient, you are having your remainder. Okay, these are the two things that are very important. Now 8 divided by 7, the exact number is 1.4 something something something. So the this is the entire number. So once we want the remainder, okay, of a particular division, you use the modulo operator. So 8% 7 will give you the modulo operator, that when you divide 8 by 7, you will get 1 as the remainder. Okay, so modulo operator is a new operator. I don't think so most of you know this or do not know this, I don't know, but this is very easy. Like, when you want to get the remainder out of a particular division, you use the modulo operator. So 8% 7 will give you the modulo operator. Okay, to remainder we use the modulo operator. Exactly. Okay, so this is as simple as it can get. 8% 7 will give you the modulo operator itself. Okay, so that's it. I think so this is very easy to understand as well. Okay, so that is the modulo operator right over there. Let's look at the next thing. When you want to increase or decrease a particular number, so let's create a particular, let's go to sources. We are having a particular variable var num is equals to 10. Okay, you want to increase 10 by 1. Okay, so one of the things that you can do is just write num is equals to 11. This is one of the things. The second thing that you can do is you can write num is equals to num plus 1. Okay, this is also what you can do. Now you can even use an increment operator. There's an increment operator. Instead of writing num is equals to num plus 1, you can directly write num plus plus. That's it. Instead of writing this entire statement num is equals to num plus 1, you can directly write num plus plus. As simple as that. Okay, So you are having num is equals to num plus 1. You can even write that in just one sentence as num plus plus. If you want to decrease it, you can just like num is equals to num minus 1. Instead of writing num is equals to num minus 1, you can directly write num minus minus. Okay, minus minus. This is an increment and a decrement operators that are present in JavaScript. Okay, these are also present in various other languages, in C++, in JavaScript, in Python, and other languages as well. So this is very easy to understand. If you want to increment a number by 1, you can just write num plus plus to increment it by 1. If you want to decrement it, you can just write num minus minus. You can even write num plus is equals to 1. Okay, this is also the same thing. Okay, you are increasing number by 1, so num plus is equals to 1. Similarly, when you want to decrease it, you can write num minus is equals to 1. You want to decrease number by 1, so you can write num minus is equals to 1. If you want to decrease the number by 10, okay, so num minus is equals to 10. You want to decrease the number by 10, you will write num minus is equals to 10. You want to increase the number by 10, you will write num plus is equals to 10. You want to divide the number by 10, num division equal to 10. You want to multiply the number by 10, num multiply divide equal to 10. Okay, so this is as simple as possible. This is equivalent to num is equals to num, okay, just a second, num is equals to num minus 10. This is equivalent to this. Similarly, when you move on to the next line, num plus is equals to 10 is equivalent to num plus 10. Num is equals to num plus 10. This is equivalent to num is equals to num divided by 10, and the last one is equivalent to num is equals to num multiplied by 10. Okay, this is as simple as possible, very easy. Okay, so let us see from right over here once again. Var num is equals to 10, num is equals to 11. You want to increase num by 1, so you can write num is equals to num plus 1, the very simple mathematical formula. When we want to write num plus plus, we can just write num plus plus. If you want to increase it just by 1, just write num plus plus. If you want to increase it by 1, you can even write num plus is equals to 1. Okay, if you want to increase it by 1, you can just write num plus is equals to 1. If you want to decrease it by 1, you can write num is equals to num minus 1 or num minus minus. You can write num minus is equals to 1 as well. And similarly, when you want to increase, decrease, add, multiply, divide the number by any other number and save it to that particular number itself, then you can use these operators to do that. These are some of the most basic things that you need to know when moving further. This is very important, guys. Please keep this in mind. Okay. Now we'll start with functions. Functions is very important, guys. Like you need to know functions, like it will be used every single where when you are going to move further on. Okay, this is very important for you to understand. So we'll be creating functions. So what is a function? Let's try to go back to our drawing board, try to understand what a function actually is. Okay, let's go back right over here and we'll try to understand what a function is. So for example, you have some mundane task. Let's see. So what will be a mundane task for you? So every single day, every day, you have to come to this particular boot camp at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Come to boot camp, learn different things and something and other as well. So there are many different things that you have to do. Okay, in the entire bootcamp, you have to take up notes, you have to practice it, you have to ask doubts. There's so many things that you have to do in the bootcamp every single day. Or so like this will not be so good. Okay, let's do one thing. Okay, so for example, you are having a robot. You are a scientist and you created a robot on your own. So you are having your robot right over here. Okay, so this is your robot. Don't judge my robot. It's like I'm not a good person who is drawing very well. Okay, so this is a robot. You tell it every single day that okay, you have to just go and buy some groceries from the shop. There's a particular shop. Okay, the robot has to go every single day, buy some groceries and come back. So you have given it a some program, like some program that you have told the robot to do. So for example, like the program says that okay, go out from the house. So go out. Okay, then the program says that okay, turn left. Okay, turn left. So the robot turns left. Move 50. So the robot moves 50 kilometers. I don't know how far the entire shop is. Then you said to the robot right. Okay, that is take a right now. So it will take a right and then move 20. Okay, to enter the shop and then buy and then return home. Okay, so this is the entire command section that you have to give to the entire robot just to reach the shop, and then again in the reverse order to get back from the shop as well. So these commands you have to give the robot every single time he wants to go to the shop and come back. This is a very mundane task. It has to do again and again the same task. You have to put up the same commands again and again, and this takes a lot of time on your behalf. It would be very better if you are able to put the entire code, the entire commands that you were giving into a single line, okay, a single word. That if you are just writing this particular word itself, this magic word, then all these commands will be executed one after the other. Okay, as simple as that. A magic word such that these all commands are packaged into that particular word, and when you are referring to that word, these all commands get executed every single time. So in this particular way, when you want the robot to go to the entire shop, you will just have to write this particular word. The robot will go to the shop and then come back once again. It's as simple as that. Similarly, let's take up a small example. You want to compute, you want to give a welcome message. Okay, you want to give us a welcome message to a user. So user came to your website, you want to say hi, and then you want to put up like hi user. Okay, this is the first message. Here are some added bonuses. Here are some questions for you. This is the first prompt, this is the second prompt, like this is alert. Okay, this is an alert, this is also an alert. Then you want to give a prompt, okay, that is like your name. Then you want to give a prompt, your age. So these are the different alerts and prompts that you want to give every single time a user enters your website. Okay, this you want to do every single time. So every time you will have to write first the alert, then another alert, then the prompt, and then again the prompt. Okay, this is what you have to do every single time. So what does a function do? A function will package all these lines of code together under a function name, function function. Let's say the name of the function is greetings. There will be a parenthesis that we'll discuss later on, and then in inverted, like in the curly brackets, all the different lines of code that you want to get executed every single time that a new user is coming up. This is what you want to do every single time. Okay, so that is the main function of a function. Okay, that is the main use of a function, that there are some mundane code that you want to do again and again. Now instead of writing alert, prompt again and again, you just have to write greetings, and all these lines of code will be executed again and again. You do not have to do this again and again. So that is the main ideology behind it. Let us see right now how does this works in terms of code. So let's create a function. So to create a function, to declare a function, first of all you have to write the keyword function. Okay, so function function, then you have to name the function as greeting, greeting. So we have named the function as greeting. we have to put a parenthesis around, like in front of it, and then we want to put every single thing, all the code that we want to be included in the function greeting inside these curly brackets. As you are able to see, these are the curly brackets. You want to put all your code that you want to, the mundane code that you had to write again and again inside these curly brackets. So right now we'll be writing our first alert, so alert alert, and then you want to write hello new user. Okay, let's ask some questions. Okay, so this is the first alert that you are having. There will be a second prompt that you want to have. So prompt prompt, you want to have the prompt as like, what is your name? So what is your name? Okay, the next prompt that you want to have is, what is your age? So prompt prompt, what is your age? Okay, so this is the prompt that you want to have right now. So instead of writing all these lines of code again and again, you just want you just have to write greeting and then the parenthesis, and that's it. This is how you will be executing that particular lines of code any number of times that you want. Okay, so for example, I'm just copying it. I want to have the greetings being given 2 times. Okay, so instead of writing the entire 3 lines of code again and again, I can just write the greeting function. So this is the declaration part of the function. This is where I've declared the function, that this is a function. Okay, these are the different lines of code that has been embodied inside the function itself. Now here I'm calling out the function that, okay, run the entire function right now. Once the entire function has been run, again in the next line of code I'm saying that, okay, run the entire line of code function once again. So once I'm like running this line of code, you'll be able to see that hello new user, let's ask some questions. So I press okay. What's your name? So I will have Shaurya. And then what's your age? So let's say 12. Okay, so hello user, again, as you are able to see, as we have written 2 times greeting, so instead of writing the entire 3 lines of code twice, that is 6 lines of code, now the entire 3 lines of code is getting executed once again. So hello new user, let ask some questions. It will ask my name again, so we'll put it up as PIUPU, and then let's ask your age, so let's put up as 1 year old, and that's it. So we didn't have to write all the 3 lines of code again and again. I just had to write it down once, and now I can use it any number of times I want. I want to use it 100 different times. I just have to copy it down 100 different times and it will work. So it is as simple as that. Very easy to understand. This is the main function of a function itself. Okay, now functions can take in inputs as well. Okay, so for example, you want to create a function that computes your rent. Okay, the tax that you have to pay. Okay, so for example, you want to create another function. Let's create another function. So function function rent, okay, or tax. You want to create a function that calculates your tax. Okay, so the tax is, for example, your rent tax is like 18% on your rent. Okay, so you want to just create an alert, alert, and you want to put up the tax right over there. So you want to put up like whatever your rent is. So your rent is like $20 right now. You want to put up 20 into 0.18. Okay, now again, like I said, rent can be changed at any point of time. I can have the rent as anything. I don't know that as of this particular point of time. So what if I was able to put what the rent should be, like this 20, that should be given as an input to the function itself. I want to give input to the function such that it is able to use the input as the rent. So how can I do that? I will just add rent. This is called as an attribute or a parameter to the function. Okay, rent. This is called as the attribute or a parameter that is being passed. That is the input being given to the function itself. So in the entire curly, like in the entire rounded brackets, I will be putting up rent from right over there, and you will be able to see instead of writing 20, I will just put up rent. Okay. So now the alert, that is the tax that is going to be calculated and shown on my screen, is going to be rent into 0.18. So this is where I've declared the function. In the function, I have a particular like input that I've given, and I will be getting the alert saying that okay, this is your tax on your rent. But how to use this particular function itself? So I've just have to, like the previous time, I just have to write tax, then in inverted brackets I want to specify the rent that I'm currently having. Currently I'm having a rent of $100 right now. Okay, so currently I'm having a rent of $100, so I've just written tax 100. And when I'm running this particular code, so let's go to run this particular code, you are able to see run snippet right over here. You can just click on that. You are able to see that 18 is being printed on your screen. That is 18% of 100, that is 18. So this is as simple as it can get. You had created a function. Okay, initially you created a function that did not take any input. It just showed it some like alert, some type of prompt and all those kind of stuff. Next, you have created a function that takes in an input, that is rent, and then you created an alert that showed us that okay, this is the particular rent. But what if I do not want an alert? What if I want this rent back again with me to be used somewhere else? Okay, I want to have this particular rent back again with me to calculate some other thing, some expenses or something that I'm going to have. So let's create that as well. So to return this, so when I'm calling tax 100, it is giving me a particular like alert system. I do not want alert. I want this 18 being delivered back to me. That is 100% ka 100 rupees ka 18%. I want it back to me so that I'm able to use it somewhere else. I want the output from the function. Right now we have seen how we can give an input to a function. Now I want output from that particular function that I can use. So to do that, the main thing is to replace alert. So just replace these brackets and just put up return. Okay, so return rent into 0.18. What will this do is, this will give me the calculation, that is rent, that is 100 into 0.18. It will give me back as an output that I can store in a particular variable. So var expenses expenses is equals to tax 100. Now I can store the output, that is 18, into a variable called as expenses. I can do console.log and then expenses, and that's it. So I can even see it on my console as well. So when I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to see on my console that 18 is being printed on my screen. As you are able to see on the console, 18 is being printed on my screen. Okay, so it is as simple as it can get. First of all, we saw how to declare a function. We saw how we can give an input to a function, and now we have seen how we can get output from a function as well. We give an input to the function as a rent, and we are getting the expenses as our output. Okay, that is the entire thing that goes about and around in a particular function itself. Please, those who are not interested to study, don't worry, you do not have to come and sit in the classes. You can just leave, contact me later on. Okay, those people who want to study, please pay a lot of attention to this. Certificates don't matter. If you think that you will show the certificate to an like a recruiter and they will be like okay, just let's take this boy in, this is not going to be true for anyone. The only thing that is important is the skills and knowledge that you are having. Yes, certificates are important. I'm not saying it is not important, but they are not the sole reason that someone will be giving you a job. They will be taking in the certificates and then they will start asking questions to you, and if you are not able to answer those questions, the certificate has no value. For them, in the entire interview process, you will be considered as a liar, as a thief, as a fraud that came in, I was not able to answer any of the questions and showed certificates of 10 different topics. And that is the main reason most of the people don't get selected, because they start collecting certificates and they do not have any knowledge within them. Try to focus upon understanding every single concept. Only then it will be the certificates will be helpful to you. Otherwise, they have no value at all. Okay. So again, functions, very simple. We saw how to create a function. We created a function, use the function keyword, use the name of the function, parenthesis, then in curly brackets, whatever code that you want to keep in that particular function. You want to give an input to the function, you can just put the input as an parameter, as an attribute. Inside these rounded brackets, you get the attributes that you can use, and then you return it. That is the output. If you want to get output from the function that you want to use again, then you can use the return statement to get the output. Whenever you get a return statement, the entire function is terminated right over there, and whatever is the return value, it get transport, like it gets sent to you, and then you can save it into a variable and then use it to like console.log or somewhere else as well. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll be showing the Google form right now. Take a screenshot for the same. The form is now open. It will be open for the next 24 hours. Okay, I will be closing it just before tomorrow's class. From tomorrow onwards, the link will be closed in the morning itself. From tomorrow onwards, the link will be closed in the morning itself at 1 p.m. So the link will be closed from tomorrow at 1 p.m. itself. Please remember that, guys. From tomorrow, whatever links that I will be showing to you guys will be closed from 1 p.m. in the morning itself. So if I'm showing it in the evening, it will be closed in the morning. Again, if you guys want, you can follow us on our Shape AI Instagram page, where we post most important things. For example, we have posted about SQL, that is SQL query language, as you are able to see. So what are the SQL sheets, various different things that are very important for you to understand and know when you get started with some of the topics. We'll be posting these type of stuff on a daily basis from now on, so that you are able to learn something. Okay, so please do support the entire community by like subscribing to the channel. It really helps us a lot. Like almost 40% of you guys have since still subscribed to the channel. No matter what, those who have done it, really helps us a lot, because then we are able to approach different communities that are able to give you these awesome certificates that you can then put up on your resume as well. Also, please support us on our Instagram page and our LinkedIn page as well. That really helps us a lot. The links for the same are down in the description below. Please do join. It really helps to communicate and to connect with all of you guys, so that we are also able to get a glimpse of the entire community. So that's really a very helpful thing for us. Okay, so this is a YouTube tutorial. If you have missed out the link, this is a YouTube video. You can just go back and see that once again. Okay, so please guys, do subscribe to the channel. Also, please do give us a follow on our Instagram page, and we will surely deliver value to you there as well. We tend to put up a many number of things that you guys may be interested in, just many different projects that many people have made, and various different things that people are currently doing in using AI, open vision, and all those kind of stuff. So this is something that you will really be like very interested in, most probably. So are we. So just look into it as well, and if you think that this is something that is of value to you, then please do give us a follow, and we will surely deliver upon that as well. Thank you so much, guys. We will meet tomorrow, and we'll continue with the same as well. Okay, thank you so much, guys, and have a good day ahead. Thank you so much, guys.